Any politician that wants to win election 2027 should avoid ADC and PDP. I repeat, any politician that is serious to win elections come 2027, they should avoid the ADC and the PDP because these parties have problem. Let's look at the PDP. You can see the different factions. You are a politician, you want to win elections, you can't go join PDP that is having problems. So which faction? Is it Makinde faction or Wike faction? So a wise politician will avoid the PDP. Now ADC has matter for court, they get court matter, and this matter will reach Supreme Court. So if a politician that you are interested in winning elections, avoid the ADC, avoid the PDP, look for a political party where no get court problem. Like I said, if you want to beat Tinubu, you should make sure that there's no skeleton in your cupboard. I've been advising Peter Obi, they go say, who be this small boy? What does he know? You see ADC, you see PDP. As a politician, I will avoid the ADC and avoid the PDP because now if you win elections, the APC, knowing their reputation, they go use their power because of the problem you have in your party. They go use and work against you. Now, in ADC faction, you know ADC has a faction. Kachuku faction has fixed April 3rd to 5th for election of new members of the National Working Committee. The Atiku own faction, they get their own National Working Committee. Now, so these people, this Kachuku faction, get their National Working Committee. See, this is a sign that Tinubu will use against the ADC. If you know the reason why I'm advising a P2B to align with, if he doesn't want to align with the APC, come out of the ADC now. 2027 is not sure for P2B to become president. This one are the bitter truth. You know, Nigerians don't like the bitter truth. This boy, you are working for Tinubu, you are working for APC. I'm telling you the reality. You are telling me I'm working for Tinubu. Is Tinubu paying me? I'm telling you the reality. ADC have crocro for body. He has a court case, and this case go to Supreme Court. Imagine Atiku win this election. Don't you think that Tinubu and his people go use that your faction work against you? How did Tinubu cripple Labour Party and PDP in his first 2 years? Labour Party had two factions, and that's one of the reasons why Peter Obi was not stable in Labour Party, because Labour Party has two factions. PDP had like 3 or 4 factions then, before it now came to 2 factions. That is why Atiku left the party, and now ADC is having 2 factions. Can't you read the handwriting on the wall? See, politics is not emotions. Okay, if I go and join Tinubu now, they go say I joined Tinubu. Peter Obi went to meet Gumi because of politics. Peter Obi joined alliance with Erupts because of politics, with Buhari's boys because of politics. Peter Obi called the PDP structure of criminality. He joined them because of politics. So what sense are we making now? If Peter Obi is ready for elections, like winning elections, he has made a lot of mistakes. He don't enter trap. Tinubu don't use him boys pursue from Labour Party. Now you don't enter ADC. The same ADC has Tinubu. Some element of Tinubu is inside the ADC. And they see ADC, and they see Tinubu. So if ADC faction, you know, say normally, if I be president and I want to spoil ADC, those guys where they come out as faction, I go pump money, give them money to do whatever they want to do, so that they can scatter the ADC. So I'm advising now, if you're a politician, I am not singing praises of the APC. APC is a bad political party, but in some critical cases, you make some critical decisions. Yes, as a man, there are some very, very painful decisions you make, but it is for your survival. So any politician that is very, very interested and serious about winning elections should avoid the ADC and also the PDP. I know Northern Nigeria, they don't go park themselves for ADC. This is our bus stop. We go use and pursue Tinubu away. We go use and flog them. This is our bus stop. I know they have come together. But I have bad news for this Northerners. That ADC, Tinubu don't enter there. You know they shake. How can you go to an election with a party that is 40 and you want to win somebody like Tinubu? Please, some of these politicians, I don't know, don't they realize some of these things that we they realize? Don't they see all these things? I told you that P2B is one politician or person that I pity the most. Somebody that like was the favorite of the people. They don't water down in popularity. I'm telling you, they don't water down in popularity. So they don't already set trap. So as a politician, you go contest for ADC, now you know. As a politician, you go contest for PDP, now you know. I just got this update too. I know that there are 2 strong political parties in Nigeria, which is the APC and ADC. But as it is, few hours ago, the faction in APC, they don't fix April 3rd to 5th for election of new members of the National Working Committee. Very risky, very risky. I'm warning now. I'm sounding this warning. See, what Tinubu they do is not good. I'm telling you. These people underrated Tinubu. Me, I don't even fear. I will sit down one day and try and document what I know about Tinubu. The way he plays politics. I don't know how he does it. The man needs to write a book on how he does his kind of politics, because it is somehow, I know he understands that naturally Nigerians are corrupt people, not to talk of the politicians. So he can use money, he can use greed and power to muzzle the system, to buy people. He knows that every person has a price. Yes, he can use it to buy them. If we had a society that we had men of integrity, men of honor, it would be difficult for Tinubu to operate. I repeat, if we had a society that we had men of integrity, men of honor, it would be difficult for someone like Tinubu to operate. They would not kill people for refusing to join. Vice presidential candidate of the PDP joined APC. Vice presidential candidate of the PDP joined APC. PDP chairman, governorship chairman forum. PDP governors, the chairman of PDP governors, I think is Bala Mohammed, I think of Bauchi, is going to join APC. He will remain Odisha Makinde. APC don't already take like for even in northern Nigeria. The thing that pay me the most is that these northerners, you see them making out left, right, center. These northerners. Now inside northern Nigeria, almost all the states of northern Nigeria don't join APC. Tell me one state that is not APC aside Bauchi. Tell me one state that is not APC. All the northern states. But their clerics, their religious leaders, their imams go there every Friday. They go threatening Tinubu. It is not by all those your religious antics. If not for spiritual, Tinubu did there. Spiritual. This person, Tinubu, is highly spiritual, more than you can even think. These guys, they put hands for things. Oh, they do spiritual. They even show workings. It is about more of showing workings. If you do the spiritual aspect, show workings. That's what we're talking about. That's what we are declaring. And some people just feel like we can use our religious influence to beat Tinubu. You can beat Tinubu with your religious influence. All your governors, all your political structure is bowing down to Tinubu. Election is just one day. It's not like something that is like Premier League. You go play like 39 games. You go play this one. Election is one day. One day. They vote. Before you do, you start the plan to do or one or two things. They don't announce election. The aftermath of election, you will pursue waiting no loss after election. So these guys, they don't understand what is coming. Now, I've seen somebody saying, why is this young man talking like this? At the end of the day, you will know that most of the things you have been saying, it's making sense. It's becoming realistic. Avoid ADC. Avoid PDP. Those parties then get problem. It is not by saying, this young man should get out of my face. Go and check. Go and check the ADC. ADC had a very foundational problem in the first place. They thought that they could resolve it. But now, they build house for judges. They build house for judges. You know that an average Nigerian is corrupt. Wike come carry money, build special house, give judges. And you tell me, say, Wike, they will not do Wike a favor. See this man. You will tell me that these guys will not do Wike a favor. And you are taking anything to the court. If you had a party that all the stakeholders, everybody in the party, they are with one agreement. The agenda is one. It will be difficult for Tinubu to penetrate. But Tinubu found some willing tools in the Labour Party. If not, like that P2B for they run for second term, it would have been better P2B was in Labour Party than in the ADC. But they created a problem in Labour Party. Yes, they created a problem in PDP. And they are still creating more problem in other possible political parties. Note, possible political parties. They are creating problems in other possible political parties. So Tinubu is working ahead of time. I've said it. If you want to defeat Tinubu, understand the kind of politician that he is. Don't have skeleton in your cupboard. Don't have anything, because now he has political power. He can use his political power to do and undo, and there's nothing you will do about it. So my advice, I'm not advising Atiku, because for our presidency, Atiku don't miss out. Atiku can never be Nigeria's president. I'm not saying like I don't wish. Looking at the way the things have been organized, Atiku very hard. Tinubu will spend his next 3 years never complete. He remains 5 years. Add 5 years to Atiku age. You know that it will. And Tinubu, he gets his own boys where he will settle. When Tinubu won the election, he went to Abuja. All of a sudden, he was employing Lagos boys. So Tinubu gets him boys. Atiku is not part of Tinubu's boys. Tinubu is not Buhari. I want to stay indifferent in the election. Anybody that wins. Tinubu doesn't do anybody that wins. Tinubu wants to make somebody win. With your votes or not, Tinubu will make somebody win. So Atiku is not part of those his boys that they will settle with power come 2031. So there's nothing for Atiku. Atiku is being brought out as candidate of the ADC. Tinubu is winning election. Peradventure, APC loses the election. APC will now use their instrumentality of the faction that is in the party. They will use it against them. They will use them against them. They will use it against them. It is better your hand is clean before you start challenging Tinubu. If you want to make sure that you remove Tinubu, make sure that you don't have any skeleton in your cupboard. I have seen the ADC. So many politicians with skeleton in their cupboard. I'm now asking the question, how do these old people, how do they intend to beat a Bola Tinubu? I'm telling you, Bola Tinubu in Peking, they do campaign. City boy movement, young people all over, they do campaign. In wife, they do campaign. Women, all over Nigeria. Tinubu, where they do campaign. Family, in daughter, Yaloja, going from one market to another, they do campaign. Look at how they have been able to spread their network. And you want to come and defeat him. You can't get skeleton with your cupboard. Now that skeleton, they go use to run you down. Now, ADC structures. Let me read this. I want to read this out. From Lagos to Edo to River State and now Cross River. ADC structures and meetings are being disrupted. And members are being manhandled by thugs. It is not even campaign time. If you think these guys are planning any free and fair election, you are the joke. ADC structures in the south here, under attack by thugs. Guess who are those sponsoring the thugs? ADC structures. And you don't know the kind of person you are. See, I don't want to call Tinubu devil, but you don't know the kind of person you people have. They fight for political power. The day they gave Tinubu that certificate, Buhari handed over power to Tinubu. I knew it was over. You can use emotions and start complaining up and down. The day they handed over power to Tinubu, I knew it was over. So Tinubu now, he has collapsed southern structures. He has won almost all the governors to his side. So it is going to be difficult for ADC, with the kind of politics we are playing today, it is going to be difficult for the ADC to hold any meeting. Even Labour Party, successfully. Labour Party itself is even dead. Most people left the Labour Party for the ADC. Now in Cross River State, there's a video where thugs were scattering, they pursue people out of that ADC meeting. They are building strong. ADC is having meeting, preparing for the next election. Thugs enter, scatter everything. Who do you think is sponsoring the thugs? Is it me that I'm sitting down here? You will sit down on social media and be typing and commenting, Obi will win. How would Obi win? Number one, who knows whether they are going to give him that ticket? That is number one. That one is part of partially. Number two, there's fiscal assault on members. What would the opposition do? That is what Nigerians are asking for. Now the electoral bill came. They protest on serious set of people. They just relax. The Abuja elections came. They failed woefully. ADC, they just relax. Now people are having meetings all across the southern part of the country because it's very unlikely it happens in northern Nigeria. That Northerners are already against President Bola Tinubu. We know that one. So they might not likely want to. But in the south here, and many of those talks, they are willing. If you just give them 5,000, they will go scatter things. They don't know. They want. So how do you aim to achieve beating a Tinubu in the next election? So I'm saying, even Sunday Igboho is threatening the ADC not to campaign in the southwest. Sunday Igboho is threatening the ADC not to campaign in the south. Do you know what these things are? We are all here seated and we think that things just happen like that. Or things just emanate. I'm telling you, a politician, normally we should fight Tinubu. Normally. 2 reasons I will not fight Tinubu. Number one, Tinubu is doing some things that I like, especially in the area of restructuring. Number one. Number two, the opposition, they are unserious. That's the 2 reasons I'm not joining anybody to fight Tinubu. It is when Tinubu win elections second term, then we'll come focus, we'll make people understand what Tinubu is doing. Now, Nigerians don't know what Tinubu is doing yet. APC and the media team, they are selling boo for people. They pressure down and their problem. Nigerians don't know what Tinubu is doing yet. They will still know. It will clear for their eyes what Tinubu is doing. I'm telling you, that is after second term. So the reasons why we are not against Tinubu is because of this. 2 is restructuring Nigeria, and the opposition, they are not serious. So it is not shocking for me to hear that a Sunday Igboho is threatening ADC. Anybody in the southwest, it don't come from Yoruba Nation. It don't come from Yoruba Nation. Now it don't threaten, don't do politics. It threatening Fulani. Now it don't threaten political party. Freedom fighter indeed. He's thanking Tinubu for sparing his life. Freedom fighter indeed. We understand what these people are made of. Just that we are not saying anything does not mean that we don't know what these people are made of. But however, Nigerians are playing politics. It is when we restructure this country, we now come and tell ourselves the truth. In our faces, we point, this is the truth. So as it is. Hey, what will the opposition do with all these things that Tinubu is throwing at them? All these things, Muslim, this and that, what are they going to do? Okay, for instance now, I want to join a political party, and there's an ADC in Abia State, I want to join a political party. I mobilize people with my funds and money and everything. We start having meetings, canopy, everything. And some thugs come to attack us. They might even kill or do one or two things, spoil your day. And we have a leadership that is not willing to stake their life or to come out and speak for you. We have a leadership in the ADC. When they kill people now, they'll be keeping silent. Why would people want to come out and risk their lives for a coalition that is not serious? A coalition of Northerners that believe that, man, anyhow, their interest, the Northern interest first. Southerners are being attacked. What is the coalition doing? What are they doing? These are questions we are asking, legit questions. But nobody's answering. I've said it. If you are wise, avoid PDP, avoid ADC. If you like, here. If you don't like, go here. At the end of the day, everybody will understand. This young man that is talking, they are saying, what does he know? At the end of the day, we will understand the real meaning of fear Tinubu teaching people politics. I'm telling you, because you're unfortunate. And again, my Igbo brothers, I have said it again and again. The best time to align is align now. If you do not align right, align well, you always be at the receiving end, at the back. You always be at the receiving end. That is just the reality. See, nobody is coming to save anybody. I'm telling you, just pray that Tinubu does not win that next election. Just pray that all the plans that the APC has does not come to pass. Just pray that we have an opposition that is strong to resist, challenge the APC, resist whatever they are doing. Just pray. Just pray. But beyond that, it is risky. It now shows that APC is the only party. One party system. One party. It now shows that APC is the only party now. That somebody go say he join APC, he go just show of victory. I'm telling you, some APC members will tell you that this is the first time I have 100% assurance that my party will win, my candidate. You know, people in the APC, they have this assurance that they are going to win elections. Some people don't understand what they are saying. In the ADC, they have 100% assurance that they are going to win elections. 100%. May God help Nigerians.
So much. Good morning, Ayo. Good morning, Dr. Bati. Good morning, Rufai. And thanks for all the questions put out to these two guests that appeared earlier.
Well, quite a handful.
Great questions.
We just had Ladan Saliu with us on the morning show. And he was saying that the ADC faction, well, he says there are no factions, but that there is a group led by Nafiu Gumbe and also Kachiku and one other person who have been sponsored by the APC. Is there some truth to that? Do you think that the ADC is now going the direction of perhaps, let's use Labour Party, where the party will now be divided, now that they are organizing two different activities? The Gombe faction is holding an event April 3 to 5. The David Mark faction, as it has been identified, is going to hold his own event from April 14 to elect national officers. And then one faction has told the other not to speak for the party, and for financial institutions not to recognize the David Mark faction. So is the party even imploding before it gets off the starting blocks? And then how certain are we that after today's meeting, reconciliation meeting in the PDP, that Bala Mohammed, governor of Bauchi, will not change his mind? Do you have concrete information that he would definitely declare for the APC tomorrow? You know, we had issue with the Adamawa governor about this sharing formula. Are we likely to have that, or Bala Mohammed may not even leave the party? As for the City Boy event, well, I thought the big issue there was that the village boys also wanted to be part of, that event in Owerri. They didn't want to leave all those goodies to the city boys alone, the village boys. Do you have information on that?
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Bati. Let's start with the issues you've raised. And I want to start with the ADC, saying if they are being sponsored by the APC or not. Well, I think I would just want to take it from a different perspective. You see, when you're a political party and you have a very sound technical advisor, what they will do is actually to look at the challenges in the other opposition political parties, and then look at clinical ways to actually keep them busy through distractions. And through that, you'll be charting your own path without so much of opposition. And I think this is what has happened. Unfortunate for other opposition political parties. In the past, we've always had presidents who were not so much grounded in politics or understand the nitty-gritty of political engineering within political parties. But this time around, we've had President Bola Tinubu, who happens to be highly skillful. I know the members of the opposition don't like to hear this, but they themselves know the truth. That, for example, in this APC administration, it will interest you to know that President Tinubu is not just the president of Nigeria, he's also the national leader of the APC and also the actual de facto national chairman of the APC. And having had very good experience right from the political culture of Nigeria when he joined Nigerian politics in the 90s, knowing all these people, he has been able to identify the major challenges in these parties. And because some of these political parties too were very careless in the way they handle some of these issues, without even resorting to considering their national legal advisors or external parties' opinion on certain issues, they just felt it was like, normal party politics under Obasanjo or Yaradua or Jonathan, or even Buhari, who may not have been clinically sound. But you can see that under this, what the APC is doing through its technical advisor, President Tinubu, is actually exploiting the little challenges that they have, which are legally based, and then, allowing these party members to do the destruction of their own parties by themselves. As to the ADC, is there a challenge? Yes, there is, because Rafu Wosu, who was the former national chairman, didn't tie all the knots properly before eventually handing over the ADC to David Mark and Aregbesola and the rest of the leaders. And then there was also that fear that if they go to form a new party, the new party may not be registered. So within that, ADC looked like a very beautiful platform. And with someone like former President Olusegun Obasanjo, who had been the guiding light of this ADC before it became to national prominence, as of last year, the thinking was that, they won't have all these obstacles. But unfortunately, despite the fact that you would have heard from Ladan Salihu that Nafiu Gombe had been left out and that he had resigned himself, he is still insisting that he didn't do all of that. Now, they've gone to court. The case is in court, challenging David Mark's leadership. I thought that before now, that the David Mark leadership will call these gentlemen, including Kachuku, sit down and see what they can do, learning from the experiences of the PDP, knowing that whatever happened was because of the technical issues that the PDP refused to, arrogantly behaving as if they were still in power. And unfortunately, leaving their loophole. These same issues that are happening now, don't forget, happened to the APC too. Between 2021 and 2022, APC has several, national chairmen that were coming up here and there. That's because of the plan then against Bola Tinubu from emerging as the national chairman. And because Bola Tinubu understood the intricacies of the APC, he also gave it back to those people who were kicking against him then. And so what I would advise, just like others are saying, is that there should be reconciliation, just like the Wike-led, PDP and the Bala Mohammed-led PDP is meeting today. The reconciliatory talks are what will actually revive these political parties. Because if you were to go the legal way, some of these cases will have to terminate at the Supreme Court. Can the ADC, for example, afford this case to move from the Federal High Court, which has not even been heard now, to the Court of Appeal and to the Supreme Court? That means anybody who is signing the documents of candidates now may not actually be confirmed by the courts once it gets to Supreme Court, which will be a challenge, and then people will be running away. But unfortunately, it's a dicey situation, and there are talks here and there that the APC has actually been sponsoring some people to go to these parties to do this. But the unfortunate thing is that you can't have the evidence directly. I know how politicians behave. They are APC by night and PDP or ADC by day, because everybody is looking for food to eat in the APC. And so if we use the old terms that were used against some of these politicians, you call them food is ready politicians. And that's the situation we are seeing, where the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, like we have heard, has negotiated his way out, and they, had to give him a 60-40 arrangement for him to come into the party, to the extent that he's been told that if he does defect, that he's not going to produce his successor. And that is because the APC in Bauchi State has three key persons that are working to become governor. You have the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Tuga. You have the Minister of Health, Ali Muhammad Pate. And then you have Bala Wunti, a former NNPC upstream personnel who was in charge of the HSE and all of that. Now, these three persons wouldn't want Bala Mohammed to defect to the APC and then still have the opportunity to, nominate his successor. Because Tinubu want to also have someone who would work in his interest. And one thing I keep hearing from some of the party leaders is that Tinubu is interested in nominating each governorship candidate of the APC in all 36 states. Now, he's doing this because he has experience as a former governor. And then, don't forget, his vice president is a former governor. The Senate president is a former governor. And then it cascades like that. So the APC is leveraging on his experience in the past and using it to actually, work out the challenges in the opposition political parties. And it will be shocking to a whole lot of people that Bala Mohammed, who has said that he's not a PDP, he's not an APC person, that he's fully a PDP man, will be the one to be getting into this situation. But if you're the one, what will you do? Because he is saying, from what I've learned from his people, that he will never get into the same political party with Nyesom Wike again. So he doesn't want to get embarked on a reconciliatory drive with Nyesom Wike, and as a result of that, he wants to defect. He had rather prefer to defect to the APC than for him to be in the same APC, PDP with Nyesom Wike. Okay. So it's a huge challenge for opposition political parties. We can only ask that they put their hands together. As for the City Boys movement that happened, this actually tells us that there's a huge poverty in the land. And what again does that tell us? That our crowd, management measures are very, very porous. And as we are going into the next elections, campaigns will soon come up. The police and political parties must work together so that Nigerians do not get into such a situation like we've always had, including in this Ramadan period and all of that, fasting period length, when politicians go and distribute food and all of that. There are no crowd control measures. And before you know, because of the huge poverty in the land, which many have also said is due to the APC, with the rising poverty at 63%, once you have this kind of event and they are not properly coordinated, people want to get a piece of the pie. And this is what really happened. And it's so shocking that this could have been happening in the home state of the coordinator of the Renewed Hope movement, Governor Hope Uzodinma. So if this is what is happening, I'm thinking that Governor Hope Uzodinma, as the chief ambassador of the Renewed Hope ambassadors, should work with the Nigerian police and then other security agencies to ensure that crowd control measures are part of whatever they are doing. I mean, it's a good thing that they are giving back to the society, right? Yeah. But let's also not embark in early campaigns when INEC has not blown the whistle for campaigns to start. President Tinubu and the APC should stop using the advantage of their privilege as the governing party to be engaging in subtle campaigns.
Yes.
When the INEC has not blown the whistle. This is what is happening.
Very true. Thank you.
The Electoral Act doesn't frown at proxy actions, as long as it is not directly the party. This is proxy. That's covered under the law. It's there in the Electoral Act.